What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today is going to be a little bit different. We're going to get back into some music videos, and today we're going to be making the next TikTok hit. I guarantee you, you are going to be so impressed with this video, and it's going to be very helpful to you. So we're going to be using an Iann Dior track as a reference track, and we're going to basically recreate it and then add our own little spices on at the end. And also we're going to write our own chord progressions and stuff like that. So also on Saturday, I do have an insane Pokemon opening coming. I'm opening 7 to 8 packs of a set that has never been opened on YouTube before. I don't care Logan Paul spending $2 million on 5 first edition Shadowless boxes. I promise you, you've never seen anyone on YouTube open these sets. These things have been out since like the early 2000s, late 90s, maybe even like the mid 90s, like before it came to America. This is like the oldest set of Pokemon cards. I'm not even kidding, guys. And I got 7 or 8 of those packs, and we're opening those. So let's get the day started, and let's go start this track right now. All right, guys, so this is our reference track. We're going to be using Pretty Girls by Iann Dior. So it's pretty simple, pretty cool. And I picked this track because, like, as you guys know, I produce house, and it's got like a 4-on-the-floor beat. And it's basically like slow house mixed with trap, mixed with pop and R&B and hip hop. So that's why I'm using this. The original track is in 197, and we're going to pump it up to 100 BPM. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to find a kick. And I think the Unison pack has a poppy type kick like this. So Unison, and guys, I bought the Unison pack. It's a MIDI chord pack. I know you've seen the ads on YouTube. You might have seen it right before this video. I don't know, but trust me, it is so good. Unison Kick. So let's see what they got. We're gonna go to like the disco kicks. We're going to keep it pretty quick. So we got this loop, and yep, we got the kick right here. Mess with the fade. We're just going to use one because let's see. Let's make our own arrangement with the kick. So I'm going to basically follow along with the track and put the kicks where they need to be. All right, so we're going to fade the kick too, and now let's get this going. So, all right, guys, so this is the kick we got. I didn't really do any mixing to the track, but so over here, you can hear that in the reference, the kick is kind of filtered out. So that's why I have this automation here now that I just put in real quick, and then the kick comes out where you get the top end of the kick. So that's what we got. The kick is now done. So now the next thing we're going to need is a bass. So I took the regular Ableton operated guitar bass, and I just, on the third oscillator, I just pushed this to -15, and I changed the decay down and the sustain a little bit. So that's all we really did with that. So if you guys listen to the track, the bass is just hitting pretty much when the kick hits. Obviously, a little bit of side chains to let the kick come through, but it's just hitting on the 1 beat. So we're going to go F sharp, C sharp, which should sound like this. And then we'll go B, B. All right, so that's our bass. That's it. So now we're just going to put the bass where it is. I'm going to go through the track and put it where it needs to be. And that's it, guys. So now we got the bass where it needs to be. It sounds pretty decent, but we can make it better. So I'm going to go through a little bit of processing, and I'll show you what I come up with. All right, so what I did here was I added a little bit of overdrive to give some more sparkle to it. I also added an amp with the blues setting set and the dry wet a little below 50, and I put some EQ to take out some of the sparkle. So this is what it sounds like now. All right, and this is the kick with the bass. All right, pretty simple. Next up, let's get some drums in here. Let's put some snares in. We're going to go back to the Unison sample pack and go to the disco one because I like the vibe of those drums. Unison, disco, all right. All right, sounds pretty cool. So we're going to drag these in and put these pretty much everywhere where the kick is. Okay, so now I have that everywhere where the kick is, the snare is also hitting on the 2 and the 4. But remember, we also cut some low end out of the kick, so that's why I'm going to copy and paste it onto the snare. All right, also, guys, I copy and pasted it from the kick to the snare, but I did cut out the low end because we don't need low end on the snare. So this is the little loop we got now. Let's get some more drums. So we're going to add some shakers to give energy to certain areas of the track, and we're going to follow the same arrangement they used in the track. So I believe it's everywhere where there's like basically a drop, if you would, but I think they come in a little earlier. So we're going to go to the Unison and get some more drums. All right, guys, so I went back to the Unison pack. I went to the folk pack, and I'm like not showing you guys me searching for samples because that takes like an extra, this video would be 45 minutes long. So this is what we got. And all right, but also I do now listening back now, I do feel like the bass needs a little more beef to it. So we're gonna add a layer of the bass. All right, guys, so I have an 808 bass, and I'm taking the sub out of it, believe it or not, and I'm just using it to get some extra harmonics within like the mid range, and I added some overdrive as well. So now we have this, which is like a very faint addition, but it definitely helps. And gives it like a little dirty like grittiness to it when it's mixed with the other bass. So now we got a bass layer. We could group these up. G. All right, let's get back into it. Let's get some chords in this thing. All right, guys, so let's get some chords going here. We're going to draw them in, and these are going to basically follow the bass. We're going to go F sharp, A sharp, go C sharp, and we'll go F sharp again. So I know this sounds pretty bad, but let's see how it sounds all together. And don't worry, I'm going to do some processing to make this sound really, really dirty. So let's draw in the rest of the chords. So for this one, we're going to go C sharp, G sharp, C, and F. All right. So for this, we're going to go B, F sharp, B, D sharp. And we're going to do that twice. All right, so we got this 3-chord progression here. And then in the track, they have like a little riff at the very end of every 2 bars. So we're going to put that in. So we're going to go B, D sharp, F sharp. And then it'll continue. All right, so this is going to go through the entire track with pretty much no automation. And I'm going to process this to make it sound a little bit grittier. All right, guys, so I got the Jazz 3 Bright guitar. And then I put some overdrive, a little bit of pedal distortion, the amp again with very little dry wet, and then I EQ'd it. So now it sounds nice and like authentic. All right, and now we're just gonna layer the fuck out of this. All right, guys, so I got a little carried away with the layering. I think we have like 8 layers, maybe 9, and this is what they all sound like individually. This is the one we had before, so I'm not gonna go through that, but these are the rest. And then I process them obviously all differently. I have some EQs to make space for certain ones. See, this one's pretty much just high end. I think this last one's just high end, or yeah. So all together, the basses sound like this, or the chords sound like this. Also, I did send it to the reverb, and the reverb's pretty simple reverb. I didn't use any plugins. I just used the stock Ableton reverb. Nothing special. So these are the chords, and now the track is sounding pretty full already. So this is what it sounds like. But let's add some spice. All right, to also help with some transitions, they have like these tom and snare rolls before like certain parts of the track. So we're gonna add those two right where they have theirs. All right, so they have this little tom roll here and then two snares before like transitions in the track. So they sound like this. And I'm just going to put these everywhere where they put those. Okay, so they have them about 6 times throughout the track, maybe 7. Yeah, about 7 times throughout the track. And now we're going to also fill this in with the tom roll. Okay, so I found some toms in a random pack, and I left the fades on them because I don't want them to be too impactful, but this is the tom roll we got. And now... and I'm going to put that everywhere else where the snares are. So that's that. So the track is almost done already, and it's like not that many channels. I mean, yeah, we layered the fuck out of the chords, but besides that, it's pretty simple. There's going to be some EQing automation where they EQ out some high end to build some tension. Let's just add some more of our own little flavor to it, and we could do that by adding some like perk loops in there besides just the shakers. All right, so I found this loop from my sample pack that I put out like 4 years ago, and it sounds like this. And it also is going to add a little bit of beef to the snare. I don't mind layering the snares on top of each other for right now, so we could put this basically where the drops are. We're going to go off the arrangement. We're not going to follow just the kicks. We're not going to follow just the shakers. We're going to follow basically where we feel the drops. I know it's not really a drop, but where those are. So now we have this. Oh, you know what? Let's get that EQ in there. All right, so we added that, and now maybe we can also add some like high string sounds in some spots. So I'm going to do Command T, and I'm going to do it the easiest way I know, which is through silence. And we're going to take a saw wave, keep the stereo very wide, a lot of detuning, octave up, and we're going to go to F sharp, maybe even higher. All right, this sounds all right for now. Watch what I'm going to do. Sorry, guys. There we go. All right, and we're going to keep this at a very low volume. See if it sounds all right here. even lower volume. All right, so we're not going to bring it in right there. I'm going to play around with where we're bringing this in. All right, guys, so that's it. We added a few of our own little elements to change it up a tiny bit. But that's it, guys. That is how you recreate an Iann Dior style beat. A little bit of kick, a little bit of bass, some snares, some shakers, a whole lot of chords, tiny bit of snares and tom fills, an extra shaker loop or perk loop, and a little high string. That's it. And then you throw the vocals on there. We basically recreated this track. Okay, guys, so I bumped the BPM up to 102 just to help avoid the copyright issues with this because this is going to be my third time uploading this video. Hopefully it sticks. So here we go. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I have a track coming out tomorrow. Don't forget, on Subsolar Music. It's called Only Love. And I'm going to be doing at least one video on music every single week. And now that my knee is healed, hopefully we'll get some roller hockey tournament vlogs going soon. So that's it, guys. And don't forget, Saturday, I'm opening a set of Pokemon cards that have never been opened on YouTube before. I'm not kidding. This is going to be insane. So I will see you guys soon.